Aphrodite is a really strong utility mage that is going to bring a lot of healing and damage to your team comp if you can play and build her correctly. Luckily for you, that is what I'm here today to discuss. Hello there everyone, it's me, Keltick, your Smite professor, here today to talk about the basics on how to both play and build Aphrodite. Now, let's start as always by talking about Aphrodite's abilities. Aphrodite's passive is really simple. Basically, for every god, be it enemy or ally, within 70 units of Aphrodite, Aphrodite is going to gain 4 of each protection. This can be used obviously as a protection buff, but more importantly, during laning phase, this large range means that you're going to be able to probably see enemy ganks coming before they actually get into your lane. So it's a good way of extra vision if you can pay attention to the passive meter. Aphrodite's first ability is called Kiss, and it has a lot of different interactions, so let's start by covering all of them. First, if Aphrodite uses this ability on an ally, it incurs a 1-second cooldown and creates a tether between Aphrodite and this kissed god. There's going to be a whole bunch of other effects based off of other abilities that Aphrodite has, but basically just remember it keeps a tether and you create the soul link. Now, second thing, if this kiss is used on an enemy god, that god is going to be stunned and the ability is going to take a regular cooldown. Now, third interaction, if you are already linked to an allied god and you kiss an enemy god, the allied god that you are attached to is going to get jealous and then, do extra damage because they're trying to win you back. Aphrodite's second ability is called Back Off, and basically, it's a circle ability that deals damage and slows enemies. Now, there's another interaction that's important here, and it requires you remembering the soul link thing I just talked about. Basically, the allied god that Aphrodite is connected to is also going to have a circle that deals damage and slows enemies. So as long as you're connected to someone, this circle is going to deal damage in 2 different spots. It is important to note that if you do, connect these 2 circles, or if you're standing right on top of each other, this ability will not deal damage twice. What is also important to note is the Aphrodite-specific circle is also going to knock back enemies on top of slowing them down and dealing damage. Aphrodite's third ability is a Carpet of Doves. Now, there's important interactions here. Basically, anything hit by the carpet is going to be dealt ticking damage over time. And then further to that, Aphrodite and the god that Aphrodite is making out with are both going to get healed with ticking healing. I should probably note, because it's probably not clear, you do not have to hit the carpet to get the heal. As long as you just cast the ability, both Aphrodite and the tether target are both going to get healed. The damage is tied to the carpet, not the healing. Aphrodite's ultimate is basically just beads and aegis wrapped into one ability. Now, like I said, basically you as Aphrodite and the target that you're making out with are both going to be made crowd control immune and damage immune for a certain duration, which goes up to 2 seconds at max rank, by the way. And you're just immune. You and whoever you're kissing, just immune. Remember, as Aphrodite, you're kind of playing this awkward healer and peeler, but you don't peel by body blocking, you peel by healing and using this ultimate ability. Let's talk about Aphrodite's build path now. As long as you're not playing Aphrodite support, which you should never do because it's bad, you should be building full damage. Aphrodite needs damage to do healing. Healing is the best part of her kit. Back off damage is incredibly underrated, and especially since you can just tether to the jungler and assist them on a dive while standing with the carries in the backline, it's really, really good to do. So please, 2 things. Please, don't play Aphrodite support. And 2, build full damage. Here's the build I recommend. It's on your screen now. This build does so much good everywhere. Chronos Pendant is notably the biggest first item pick, period. That early cooldown reduction, making your heal and your back off coming up constantly, gives you a lot of lane presence to bully out warriors in solo lane. So just watch for ganks, play safe, and farm up items, and then show up to mid-game teamfights and carry. The only other thing I really have to note here is your kiss priority targets should always be jungler, and then whoever the hell else needs healing. If you can be attached to the jungler as they dive under a turret or onto a carry, you using back off is going to deal a ton of burst damage and slow them down so the jungler can finish the kill. please attach yourself to the assassin and then reevaluate after the fight has broken out where you need to go to make the most impact going forward. Obviously, there's going to be exceptions to this, like if your jungler has no brain, but in general, that is the hierarchy of kiss targets, okay? Now, that is all the time I have to talk about Aphrodite. If you enjoyed, please subscribe to this channel. I am making a beginner's guide for every god in the game, so subscribe to keep up with that. Otherwise, if you want to keep learning Smite with me right now, click that video on your screen and I will see you there. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have yourselves a casual day.